Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are creating this look. I'm gonna use the EcoTools sponge that I just got. This will be my first time using it, so we'll see. Going in with the Nivea Men Post Shave Balm as a primer and just applying that to my entire face. Now we're spot concealing with the MAC concealer pot and just taking the Bare Minerals brush and applying that to any pimples or any scarring or freckles that I have. Then going in with the Maybelline Fit Me foundation in 222, and we're taking this Wet n Wild shader brush and just applying that to the outer parts of my face just because it's a little darker than the rest of me. Then the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation in number 5 and applying that to the center of my face with that same brush. Then I'm taking the sponge, the EcoTools sponge, and dabbing the product into my skin. I will say that I do like this sponge so far. It is a little tricky when you're trying to put on your concealer, but where there's a will, there's a way. So I just took more of the Giorgio Armani foundation and applied more to the areas that I think I need more coverage with the same sponge. And then down the neck so you're not crazy looking. Next we're going in with the Maybelline Fit Me concealer, and I believe this is in the color Light, and applying that to my bags and my dark circles, my stressed ass. We're also going to take that onto the forehead, the bridge of the nose, and the chin. Y'all know the deal. The trick to this sponge and concealer is I learned that you have to kind of turn it on its side just so you can get into that inner part of your under eye area. And then for the rest of it, you can just use the sponge as you were using it for your foundation. So I really like it actually. Next, we're going to take the smaller EcoTools sponge and some Laura Mercier translucent powder and just apply that to the under eyes and any other creases that you may get. For me, it's my smile lines and my forehead, which is, the forehead is new. You know, as you get older, you just find creases everywhere, I guess. I don't know. Then I'm going to take a shader brush from Morphe and the color Lyric in the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette and just apply that all over the lids to prep for the rest of the shadows. So today we're going to go ahead and play with the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette and the Morphe Bronzed Mocha palette. Taking my busted ass Sigma E40 blending brush and that pink mauve shade that you saw me dip into, and we're just applying that to the crease of the eye. Okay, next step. We're taking Limit from the Naked 3 palette and that same brush and just applying that to the crease just to give it more of a definition. Next, I'm going to go ahead and take a flat shader brush and that pink shade and apply that to the eyelids just to prep it for the next shade that we'll be using on the lid. Next, I'm gonna take Nooner in the Naked 3 palette and apply that mainly on the outer parts of the crease, but still dragging some of that color in. And then we're ready for the lid color, taking an even smaller shader brush, some MAC Fix Plus, and just dipping into that pink shimmer shade in the Bronzed Mocha palette. And we are applying that to the lids. If you're ever playing with shimmer or glitter, you want to take it in baby steps, just so you don't have like a chunk of shadow on your eyelids. And you also need like a bomb ass song. Just kidding, you really don't. But it does help. So I'm taking this Sigma brush, I think the number either chipped off or washed off, and taking those two darker shades and applying that to the outer V portion of the eye. Whenever you're playing with dark colors, you want a more defined brush for the crease, just so you get the color exactly where you need it to be, as opposed to all over the place. Then I'm taking that reddish shade that you just saw and just gonna fuck up my life and just use it on my crease. I actually really liked how this looked. It blended all the colors really well together. Then we're going to go in with Nooner again and apply that to the lower lash line. You want to look up into your mirror when you're doing this, just like that actually, and use like a pencil brush to apply any lower lash line shade. Next, I'm taking my NYX Microbrow pencil in the color Brunette and just gonna fill in my brows using baby strokes to create hairs where I don't have them, which is usually towards the tail of my brow. We all have a struggle. Mine are my brows. For the most part, I struggle a lot with everything else though. Remember, your eyebrows are supposed to be cousins, not sisters. I think that's how the saying goes. So if you fuck it up, it's cool because we got concealer to fix everything. Nothing's perfect in this world, okay? Except for my wing liner most days, but that's another story for another time, I think. Just kidding. Next, we're going to go in with the NYX Brow Mascara in Chocolate and just set my brows in place. And then I'm taking that smaller EcoTools sponge and just brushing off any excess concealer that I had. Next, we're going in with the shade Strange in the Naked 3 palette and applying that to the brow bone. Next, I'm taking the NYX Matte Liquid Liner, and I'm also taking a breather. Sometimes you just need to breathe all the way through it. It's okay. And we're going to go ahead and wing my liner, per usual. I think in my next video I might skip the liner just because why not? Why not challenge myself? You would think that winging my liner is challenging to me, and it is, but I feel like I always need a wing liner, and I don't. So maybe in my next video I might just skip the wing liner. Maybe. Maybe. Next, I'm just going to go ahead and take the L'Oreal Carbon Black Telescopic Mascara and prep my lashes for some Ardell Faux Mink lashes in 810. These are probably one of my favorite drugstore lashes just because they don't even look like they're drugstore, at least not to me. Making sure that inner corner is glued on correctly. And moving on to the next one with that cute ass face I just made and popping those right on as well. So next we're just going to blend them in using an eyelash curler just to make sure that they are blended in with your natural lash as much as possible. Boom. Next, I'm going to take this Hot Pink Italia lip liner and use it in my waterline just to have a pop of color. Don't be afraid to play with color. Sometimes that shit is lit. Then we're going in with mascara and just applying that to the lower lashes and as well as the top lashes just to blend everything together even more. Next, we're going to bronze up the face with the LA Girl PROFace HD Matte Press Powder in Warm Caramel and this, I don't know, powder brush. I think the name rubbed off. I don't remember. We're going to take that everywhere, forehead, temples, cheekbones, and also down the neckline just so everything looks semi-even. Next, I'm going in with Subconscious on the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette and the Morphe 143 brush and carving out the cheekbones just a tad. Just a tad. Next, I'm using blush. I look crazy doing that, but we're gonna go ahead and move on. Next, I'm gonna take a Wet n Wild stippling brush and the Anastasia Beverly Hills and Nicole Guerriero palette and just apply that shade onto the high points of my cheekbones. So my camera died, so I had to use my iPhone camera, so please excuse the change of lighting. Highlight down the nose, cheekbones, and the Cupid's bow. Taking that same highlight palette, we're just gonna pop some highlight on the inner corners of the eyes. And then we're taking whatever excess product we had on that sponge and applying that to mute out whatever color I had on the lips. And then we're using MAC Mask. It's called lipstick. It's a satin finish. And I didn't line my lips, so I used MAC Soar to line my lips after, like a pendeja. It worked out though. I blended everything in. I think it turned out pretty good. Next, I'm gonna take this new LA Colors lip gloss that I found. It's like a holographic looking lip gloss that I really gravitated towards. So I just applied that on top of everything else. Yep. Then y'all know, I'm not even gonna say anything. Just watch. So I felt like I needed more highlight, which is weird, right? I know. And I just took this Victoria's Secret Very Sexy Silky eyeshadow in Sizzle, and I applied that with my finger. Hell yes, I did apply that with my finger. That ends this look. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Yes, Dan. Yes.